Sorry, like. Yeah, are you guys able to view my screen?
Yes, yes, bro.
Okay, see, what I have done, I have created one superclass, so which is having like integer number is equal to 100. So then immediately I have created one subclass, which is extending the superclass. So what I have done here, I have created the same, instance variable, integer number equal 110. Okay, then what I'm doing, I have created one more function saying print number. So what I'm doing here, so I'm printing the superclass reference variable, means super.num. So it should give the superclass number variable. Okay, so I'm just execute this. See, if you see here, so what you can see here, it's 100. So superclass is having the value of 100, subclass is having the value of 110. But when I call by using the super keyword, so JVM called the superclass member variable. That's why I can see 100 here. So this is the major purpose of super keyword in case of the variable. So let's look for other functions like, so there is a function, right? The method. So there is a one parent class is there, and I have created one function, display function here. So then I have created subclass, which is extending the parent class one, and I have overriding the particular class, same function actually. If you see here, display is there and display is also here. So I'm having like one more function, print message. So here I'm calling the display function of subclass and superclass. Both I'm calling here. So let's see like what will get execute. What will be the output of this? See, if you see here, so first what I've called display. So here I did not use any keyword. So there is no super here. So in this case, what happens? The child class display function will get execute. So what is the value of it? Child class method. So if you see in our console, we can say child class method is printed first. Then what we are calling super.display means we are instructing the JVM saying that you call display function of my superclass. So then the execution will come here. It will execute the display function. So what is the value here? Parent class method. So I can say parent class method here. So this is the use case in case of the function. So there is a one more is a constructor. So let's see like how that will be. So let's see like there is a parent class is there. I have created two constructors. One is no argument constructor and another one is with single argument constructor, means parameterized. So I have created one subclass which is extending the superclass, and in place of this default constructor of the subclass, I'm calling the superclass parameterized constructor. Okay, so let's see now how the execution goes. See here, parameter constructor parent class. So what happens whenever you create like this? Okay, the execution comes and lands here at the constructor phase. It will see, okay, then it will execute block by block. Every block will get execute. Okay, first what is the super by providing the string argument. So it will check like what is super class, parent class. So is there any parameters constructor with the string argument in parent class or not? It will check. So it is available here. Then it will execute. So what will be parameter constructor parent class will be executed first. So parameter constructor parent class. So again, like what we are printing here, I'm printing constructor of the child class here. So let's see what is the second one. Yeah, constructor of child class we can see here. Then what I am calling? So my constructor execution is completed. So then I'm calling the function display function. So what I'm printing as part of display, hello. So if I say in my console, I can say last printing statement as hello. So this is how the execution takes place in case of the super keyword. Okay, is that clear, or any doubts in super keyword?
Okay, bro. Yeah, understood. But your voice is a little bit slow, like breaking.
Or even now, it was there before. I think now it should be
Yeah,
fine.
sometimes only, bro. Yeah,
Okay,
it's okay, bro. No problem.
okay. So any doubts, anybody? Okay, once again, no issues. ఓకే, సూపర్ కీవర్డ్ ఎక్కడ యూస్ చేస్తామంటే, ఎప్పుడైనా ఒక సూపర్ క్లాస్ ఉంది, ఒక సబ్ క్లాస్ ఉంది. ఓకే, సేమ్ ఫీల్డ్స్ రెండుల్లో ఉన్నాయి అనుకోండి, సూపర్ క్లాస్ లో ఉన్నాయి, సబ్ క్లాస్ లో ఉన్నాయి. సో అలాంటప్పుడు నాకు ఎక్స్ప్లిసిట్ గా సూపర్ క్లాస్ ఫీల్డ్స్ నేను కాల్ చేయాలనుకోండి, అలాంటప్పుడు సూపర్ కీవర్డ్ యూస్ చేస్తారు. ఓకే, సో మనం దీన్ని ఎక్కడెక్కడ యూస్ చేయొచ్చు అంటే, సూపర్ క్లాస్ వేరియబుల్ని కాల్ చేసేటప్పుడు యూస్ చేయొచ్చు, సూపర్ క్లాస్ ఫంక్షన్ కాల్ చేసేటప్పుడు యూస్ చేయొచ్చు, సూపర్ క్లాస్ కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ కాల్ చేసేటప్పుడు యూస్ చేయొచ్చు. ఈ 3 యూస్ కేసెస్ ఉన్నాయన్నమాట. సో సూపర్ క్లాస్ వేరియబుల్ తీసుకున్నామంటే, can you guys hear me now? Sorry, I think outside raining.
Yeah.
Power is so much fluctuating. Sorry guys.
Your voice is breaking, bro.
Yeah, I think the power is going and coming due to rain. I think here it's raining started. That's why I think. Is it better now?
Like yes, bro. It's better, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, it's better, bro.
Okay, it's the same thing. Like, see, I have defined num integer variable in superclass, also same num integer variable in subclass. Okay, but it's really irritating. Yeah, I don't know why these many times. Okay, shall I continue? Are you guys able to hear me? Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
So in this case, like no, నేను సూపర్ క్లాస్ నంబర్ ఇంటీజర్ వేరియబుల్ కాల్ చేయాలి. ఎక్స్ప్లిసిట్ గా అనుకున్నప్పుడు రెండల్లో నమ్ ఇంటీజర్ వేరియబుల్ ఉంది, బట్ ఎక్స్ప్లిసిట్ గా సూపర్ క్లాస్ కాల్ చేయాలి అంటే ఇలా సూపర్ కీవర్డ్ యూస్ చేసుకుంటాము. ఓకే, సో అది ఇన్ కేస్ ఆఫ్ ద వేరియబుల్. ఓకే, సో నెక్స్ట్ యూస్ కేస్ ఇస్ మెథడ్. ఓకే, so there is a parent class, one is a super class, there is one method display method, so I have created one subclass. So here also means ఇక్కడ కూడా నేను డిస్ప్లే ఫంక్షన్ పెట్టాను. ఓకే, సూపర్ క్లాస్ లో డిస్ప్లే ఫంక్షన్ ఉంది, సబ్ క్లాస్ లో డిస్ప్లే ఫంక్షన్ ఉంది. సో నేనేం చేయాలి ఇక్కడ, సూపర్ క్లాస్ డిస్ప్లే ఫంక్షన్ ఎక్స్ప్లిసిట్ గా కాల్ చేయాలి అంటే సూపర్ కీవర్డ్ యూస్ చేసుకుంటాను. సో వితౌట్ ఎనీ కీవర్డ్ ఇఫ్ ఐ కాల్ డిస్ప్లే ఫంక్షన్ it will execute its own class display function. But when I use the super dot display, it will call the parent class display function. So this is in case of the method. So in case of the constructor, let's take like, so there is a one parent class is there. Two constructors ఉన్నాయి ఇక్కడ, ఒకటి default constructor, ఒకటి parameterized constructor, string as a argument. Okay, I have taken one subclass. So as part of the subclass constructor, I want to execute my superclass constructor first. Okay, నా subclass లో ఫస్ట్ నేను సూపర్ క్లాస్ కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ కాల్ చేస్తాను, తర్వాత నా లాజిక్ పెడతాను. ఇన్ సచ్ కేసెస్ I will use super. So constructor calling should be like this. I have passed my string arguments. So what happens whenever execution comes here? So it will call super class constructor with string parameterized. So it is here. It will come and execute this. Then it will continue this. In case if you want to call like default constructor of the super class, you should use like this. Means argument లేకుండా కాల్ చేస్తే డిఫాల్ట్ కన్స్ట్రక్టర్కి వెళ్తుంది. పారామీటర్ కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ కాల్ చేయాలి అంటే పారామీటర్ పాస్ అయ్యచ్చు. సో ఇది ఇన్ కేస్ ఆఫ్ ద కన్స్ట్రక్టర్. సో దట్స్ ఇట్ ఫర్ ద సూపర్ కీవర్డ్. ఓన్లీ 3 యూస్ కేసెస్: వేరియబుల్, మెథడ్, కన్స్ట్రక్టర్. సబ్ క్లాస్ నుంచి ఎక్స్ప్లిసిట్ గా సూపర్ క్లాస్ ప్రాపర్టీస్ కాల్ చేయాలి అంటే మనం సూపర్ కీవర్డ్ యూస్ చేసుకుంటాము. ఇస్ దట్ క్లియర్?
Bro, last one, can you please execute that one last one, which is like this one? Yes.
Yeah, sure. Let me execute and show you the output. See here. So what happens is, first execution, whenever you call this one, right? So execution lands here, default constructor of the subclass. So then ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తుందంటే లైన్ బై లైన్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తుంది ఇక్కడ. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఫస్ట్ లైన్? సూపర్ కీవర్డ్. మీన్స్ యు ఆర్ ఇండికేటింగ్ జేవిఎం దట్ ఓకే, నాకు ఫస్ట్ నేను సూపర్ క్లాస్ కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ కాల్ చేస్తాను, తర్వాత నా లాజిక్ పెడతాను. సో ఇన్ సచ్ కేసెస్ super of string argument you have given here. So then what JVM will do? It will go here and it will execute this block. This constructor it will execute. So parameter constructor parent class. So if I see the console output, see parameter is constructor of parent class. Means as part of your subclass constructor, if you want to execute superclass logic first, then subclass logic, in such cases you can use super keyword in case of the constructors. So real time use case is, okay, రెండు ఫంక్షనాలిటీస్ ఉన్నాయి అనుకోండి. మీ సూపర్ క్లాస్ ఆల్రెడీ ఒక యాజ్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ కొంత ఇనిషియలైజేషన్ చేస్తున్నారు. సో ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈజ్ వర్కింగ్ ఫైన్. సో సబ్ క్లాస్ ఎందుకు వస్తుంది? ఏదైనా అడిషనల్ ఫంక్షనాలిటీ ప్రొవైడ్ చేయాలంటే సబ్ క్లాస్కి వెళ్తాము. సో లెట్స్ టేక్ సూపర్ క్లాస్ లో 5 ఫీల్డ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఆ 5 ఫీల్డ్స్ మీరు ఇనిషియలైజ్ చేస్తున్నారు సూపర్ క్లాస్ కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ ద్వారా. బట్ సబ్ క్లాస్కి వచ్చేసరికి 2 కొత్త ఫీల్డ్స్ యాడ్ చేశారు. సో ఇప్పుడు సబ్ క్లాస్ కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ ద్వారా మీరు ఏం చేయగలరు? ఈ 2 ఫీల్డ్స్ మాత్రం ఇనిషియలైజ్ చేయగలరు. సో ఇప్పుడు బట్ ఇక్కడ నేను కాల్ చేసినప్పుడు అన్ని ఇనిషియలైజ్ అవ్వాలి. అలాంటప్పుడు నేను ఏం చేస్తాను? సూపర్ అని చెప్పేసి ఫస్ట్ సూపర్ క్లాస్ ఉన్నటువంటి 5 ఫీల్డ్లు ఇనిషియలైజ్ చేస్తాను. తర్వాత ఇక్కడ సబ్ క్లాస్ లో ఉన్నటువంటి కొత్త ఫీల్డ్స్ ఇనిషియలైజ్ చేస్తాను. సో ఇలాంటి కేసెస్ లో మనం సూపర్ యూజ్ చేస్తాం అనమాట. ఇది రియల్ టైమ్ యూజ్ కేస్. ఓకే, ఎక్కడైనా జనరిక్ ఫంక్షనాలిటీ ఆల్రెడీ ఉంటుంది, మనం కొత్త ఫంక్షనాలిటీ యాడ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాము. ఇన్ సచ్ కేసెస్ విల్ గో ఫర్ ద సబ్ క్లాసెస్. ఓకే, క్లియర్? So can I proceed with next topic?
Bro, a small loud, bro.
Yeah, please.
Previous videos share this link, sir.
Yeah.
Regarding
share.
videos.
Sure.
Thank
That
you.
is anyway, like everything will be provided to you guys.
Okay, bro.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's start with strings. Okay. So next topic is strings in Java. Okay. So let's say what is the string. Okay. So it is having like a set of characters bringing together. Means you can say that collection of characters or array of characters. Okay. You are grouping multiple characters. So that is called like string. Okay. So it's nothing but sequence of characters like string A is equal to ABC. If I give A, B, C, those are the three characters. So that is the sequence it is arranged. So if you want to use like any such kind of requirements, you'll go for the string. So string is like very strong concept in Java. It is having a lot of other features and benefits. Let's say one by one. Okay. So basically string is immutable. So it cannot be changed once it is created. Okay. So you cannot even edit or you cannot append or you cannot do anything. So as I already explained, mutability and immutability. So immutability means once you have created, it is not changed. Okay. It cannot be changed. When you try to change, what happens is JVM creates another object, not the same object. Okay. So that is the immutability. Okay. So as alternate for the mutability in Java, there are two more classes. One is string buffer and another is the string builder. So those two are the mutable and string class is immutable. Okay. Let's see now, how do we create the strings, string objects? So there are two ways. One is string literal, another is by using the new keyword. Let's see one by one. Okay, this is a string literal. String S1 is equal welcome. String S2 is equal welcome. Or like ABC or anything you can create like this. We no need to use new keyword because string is also object in Java. Okay, so in case of the Java, if you want to create any object, you have to use a new keyword. So let's take A class is there. If you want to create object for that, what I need to do, A of A equals new A. So by using the new keyword, I can create object for the A class. So, but when it comes for the strings, so you no need to use the keyword, new keyword. Okay. Either you can use or it is not mandatory or it is not only the way creating the string objects. Okay. You can directly define like this. String S1 is equal welcome. String S2 is equal ABC. String S is equal Ramesh or anything like we can define like this. Okay. So there is another concept as part of the strings is, so the main benefit of the string is there is a lot of like memory management. So you can save lot of memory. Okay. In our real world, the strings are the one like no more widely used in any project because anything, any constants or anything, if you want to define, how we will define? We will define through strings. Okay. So there can be multiple places we might be using the same thing. So instead creating the new memory, what JVM is providing, Java is providing is there is a called string constant pool. So within the memory, there is a some portion is there, which is string constant pool. What it will do through string pool, whatever the objects are getting created, it will get stored in string constant pool. Okay. So let's see here. I will show you. Yeah, like this. Okay. So string constant pool within the heap, there is a certain portion is there. So all string object which are created through the literals will get stored like this. Okay. And what is the benefit of this is, let's see. I have created string one welcome. What Java will do, JVM. So S1 it will create and there is a welcome object is created in string constant pool. So what I'm doing, string s2 I'm creating with the same value. So in this case, what JVM will do is first it will go and check in the string constant pool with the content welcome. Is there any object present or not? If it is present, then it will not create the new object. So S2 also will pointing for the same object. That's it. So if you see here, there is no new object created here. So that's how JVM saves the memory in case of the strings. Let's see. So like that only, like if string S3 is equal to, if you give ABC, first it will check anytime. What JVM will do, whenever you initialize a string through the literals, what JVM will do is it will check in the string constant pool whether this object is exist or not. If it is exist, it will not create the new one. It will just pointing for that object. If it is not present, then only it will create. Okay, that's where like why Java uses concept of string literal to make Java more memory efficient. So it will not create like as many times you are defining. Okay, so only new content only object will get create. So repeating content, it will avoid creating the object. That's why it will save the memory. Yeah, JVM will create a new string object in heap memory and the literal welcome will be placed in the string constant pool. Okay. See, and also one more thing is another way to create the string is string s is equal new string of welcome. So here I'm using the new keyword. So what's the difference is new whenever you are using, you are instructing JVM, just go and create the new object. That's it. So that states here new. So in this case, what JVM will do, it will not look for any existing. It will go and create new object in the heap. If you see here, so what whenever you use a new keyword, it will be stored outside of the string constant pool. Okay, only through literals, whatever we are creating the string object, those are only created in the string constant pool. So whenever you define string s is equal new string of welcome, in the real time, what happens is it will create two objects and one reference variable. One it will store in string constant pool and one it will store in actual heap memory. Okay, but the actual reference S will be pointing for whatever stored in the heap memory, not on the constant pool. So that is the difference between initializing through the literals and through new keyword. Okay, understood? So these are all the one like no different ways to create a string. What I'm doing here, string s1 is equal directly I'm initializing Java. So this is a literal. So instead, as I mentioned already, string is nothing but sequence of characters, means array of characters. So what I have done here, so I've created one character array, so which is having strings, these many characters. With that, I'm creating the string object. So that is also fine. Or else, instead creating the character array and passing that as the argument, I can directly put everything into the new strings category. So that is also fine. These are all the different ways how you can create string. Yeah, that's where like by default string objects are immutable, means you cannot change, unmodifiable or unchangeable. So when you try to change, okay, means trying to modify its data or trying to modify its state, what happens is JVM creates a new string object instead modifying the existing one. So that's where the immutability states. Okay, so how we will change the string object and all we will see in coming slides. Okay, so let's see here. So there is one class. So what I'm doing here, string s is equal Sachin. I have to initialize. So there is a function actually for concat or append. So these are all the functions available in the string class. So these things you can see in the Java API itself. So if you open the Java API specification, so when you open for the string class, you can see all these functions. Okay, what I'm doing, concat. Concat is nothing but adding. So what I'm trying to build, Sachin Tendulkar. I'm trying to build Sachin Tendulkar. So instead, what I've created first, Sachin I've created for with the S, and I'm trying to add Tendulkar for that S. So what happens in the real time? See, if you see here, first Sachin is created and S is pointing for that. Okay. So when I appended this one, what JVM will do? It created new object, which is Sachin Tendulkar. So like that, it will not change the existing object because strings are immutable. Okay. This is the one example, like how in the real time, like it works in the memory. So you cannot change because these are immutable. Okay, why string objects are immutable in Java? So we have seen this. I mean, string objects are immutable. So the reason behind is, okay, suppose there are 5 reference variables, all refers to one object, Sachin. Okay, if one reference variable changes, the value of the object, it will be affected to all the reference variables. Means, let's go back. I will explain. See what I have done here. String S1 is equal to welcome, string S2 is equal to welcome, string S3 is equal to welcome, string S4 is equal to welcome. Means I have created 4 variables. So what will happen here? Here 4 reference variables will be present, and in the string constant pool, only one object will be present. So all are pointing for the same object. So if I give the functionality of editing, means the changing, mutable, if I make it, the drawback is all values for the 5 object will be changed. So it is not for single one. Even though let's take S1 has changed, welcome to welcome Java. So that will be referring S2, S3, S4. So the value will be reflected for all other objects. So that's why, because of the string constant pool, because it will not create the new object. If it is already present, it will just refer for the existing object. Because of that, they did not give the mutable function for the strings. Okay, is that clear?
Bro,
Any
yes, bro.
doubt?
Yeah, actually no, bro. But in here we are like by new keyword we are using a concat. Like it is just for adding or like anything else.
Concat is nothing but just appending. Yes dot concat. So what happens is yes is already present. So yes dot concat
Yes.
means on the existing object, I'm trying to add some more content.
Okay. Like
Okay.
that.
So
That's all.
my intention here is to form the Sachin Tendulkar.
Oh,
Okay. Concatenation is nothing but adding, either
adding.
concat or appending. So this is adding to the existing object. So Sachin is already available. I'm trying to make that as a Sachin Tendulkar.
Okay.
So
It's
in such cases, what I do, I use a concat function, which is available in Java string class. Okay.
okay.
If you open the string class in the Java API, you can see all the functions. Of course, even I will show in some time. Okay. In the further slides, I will show you what and all the functions are available in string class. So these are already predefined. And so as you know, like API classes and functions directly we can use. We no need to recreate because those are API standard. those are coming as part of your rt.jar. Clear?
Yes, bro. Clear, got it.
See this one, what I mentioned is, it is under lang package, java.lang. Okay, there's a string class is present. It is providing many useful methods to perform operations on the sequence of character values. Okay. So those are like no concatenating and trimming, converting, comparing, replacing. So these are all the things like no, there are some of functions it is providing. I will explain in detail. Let's go here. See what I mentioned. There is a two functions like so. You have written some string in all upper cases or lower cases or anything it is there. So your outcome, if you want everything in uppercase, so there is a function called to uppercase. If you want everything in the lower case, there is a function called to lowercase. So see, if you see here, I have created the such in here and s dot to uppercase means I'm instructing the JVM saying that like this string value should be printed in the uppercase. That is, the outcome will be such in. And in case of the lower case, everything will be printed as in lowercase. Okay. And session.out.println yes. So if I look for s, so it will print only the such in because whatever the value change, it has created the new object, not the existing. So existing one will not change because of the immutability. Here still such in I will get it. Is that clear? These two functions, to
Yes,
uppercase, to lowercase, and also trim. Trim. So what is the benefit of trim is the usage. Let's take there is a string is there. So there are spaces in between. Means starting of the character and ending of the string. So if there are some additional spaces are there, if you want to remove those things, so in such cases, we will use the trim function. So if you see here, string s is equal, so there is a space before to s and there is a space next to n. So if I call this s dot trim, so it will remove the spaces, it will print like such in. So this is where trim function will be used. And also like some more like filtering you want, means like there are set of strings are there. You want to identify all the strings which are starting with some particular character or ending with particular character. So that is also we can look here. So if you see here, starts with, ends with. So you will give some prefix. So either that can be any example like see in case of the Sachin itself, like what and all ending with n or like ending with hin, and also in case of the files, there are plenty of files are there. The names, if I want to look for like no the based on the extensions like .txt in the name or like .java in the name. So if you have any strings with all these patterns, if you want to filter, so those things you can use with starts with. So you can check like whether this s is starting with s or not. So if it is yes, it will return true. If it is not, it will return false because this is the Boolean. So the Boolean possibilities are either true or false. So in these are the use cases for this starts with and ends with. So then also like, so there is a string is there. So as we know, it is array of characters. So array is nothing but it will be having the index. So we can get like character at particular index. So if I want to get to know, okay, 7th index, what is the character? So I can get like each character individually based on the index. So that is the character at function will do. So length what it will do is, so you have created one string and you would like to know what is the complete length of that particular string. So in that cases, we'll go for the length. And value of when we will use is, let's take you are having integer, long, float, double, boolean, character, and character array. So anything is there. So if you want to convert that one to the string, so in such cases, we will use the value of function. If you see down example, so as of now, like strings are created by either literal or new. Directly we have provided the character sequence. Now here there's a slight different scenario. I'm having integer a equal to 10. So I want to convert this integer value into the string. So in such cases, directly I can use string dot value of, I will pass that integer as an argument. So I can get the string s is equal 10 here. So that's where, so the integer is converted into the string. So this is the value of function use case. And replace is there. So replace means, let's take like the string means it can have anything like followed by spaces or anything. So if you want to replace some particular word with a different word, so in such cases, we can use a replace function. Let's see here, string s1 is equal, Java is a programming language, Java is a platform, Java is an island. So this is a string I have defined. So in this, I want to replace Java with Kava. Okay, what I will do, s1 dot replace of Java means the first argument is what you want to change, which word. And second argument is you want to replace with what is a new word. So Kava. If I'll print this replace string, so wherever the Java is there, I'll be getting Kava. Okay. So this is the one like, so there is something, a notepad or something. If you see like, no, there's a complete thing as a big string. And in that, like you want to look for something and you want to replace that particular one. So in that, in such cases, you can use the replace function. Clear? Any doubts till now?
Yes, no, no.
Okay. So now let's see that the
Someone is asking
comparisons. Sorry?
someone is asking doubt in
Okay.
chat box.
Chart box, huh? I don't see. This I have seen before.
Sir, last one time tell me. Java string replace.
Okay, yeah, sure. Let me go back here. Okay. So I will do one thing. Let me explain in here itself. Okay. What I do here, where is the main method? Okay. String s is equal to Java is a programming language. Java is a platform. Java is a island. Just I have defined one string like this. Okay. String replace string is equal to s dot c. So in case of the Eclipse, so these are all the predefined API, right? You will get everything. See what here, the syntax you can see here, replace. What is the old character? What is the new character you want to replace? So my old character is, I want to replace the Java with Kava. Okay. Now what I'm doing, I'm printing the replace string here. Okay. Let's see what happens. For now, I will comment these two because I don't want to get confused, you guys. Run as Java application. Proceed. So if you see here, let me maximize my console. See, wherever the Java was there, that everything is replaced with Kava. Can you see the output? This is the use case of the replace function. So if you want to replace something with different things, in such cases, you can use the replace function in Java. Clear, right? Let me comment this. Let me uncomment. Yes. Go back. Yeah. So clear, right? String functions under. So these are all the functions, like according to our use case, whenever it is required, we can call that particular function and we can get that to be done. So now other thing is, so there are like no references actually. So we are having like no, how we compare? See, there is a strings are there, like, so we might be required for the comparing means. So the basic example is authentication. So authentication means, so let's take as example as a Gmail is there. Okay, what the Gmail will be having the username and password. So username is a string representation, password is also string representation. So let's take, I have written one application which will be taking username and password as an argument. So let's take the string username is equal to, okay, Java development. So that is a username. If it is, it will come to me. So I need to compare, like, as part of the user account creation, like let's take, you have registered with the Gmail means you will be creating the new username and password. So that will be stored into the database. Okay. Every time whenever you log in, it will compare. Okay. The username and password is correct or not. That's where if you give any wrong username, you cannot log in. If you give any wrong password also, you cannot able to log in. So that what is happening is it will be comparing whatever the input values you are providing in the background. It will compare, it will check whether it is exactly matching or not. If it is a matching, then it will allow you to log in. If it is not matching, it will block your login. Okay. So that's where the comparison comes in the real world. Like in many places, it will come sorting. Sorting means like, I mean, which one is a shorter, which one is a higher. In such cases also, you have to compare. Okay. Also, like in case of references, if you want to compare, then also it will come. So there are three ways actually to compare strings in Java. One is equals method, another is double equal operator, and third one is compare to method. So by using these three ways, I can compare the strings in Java. Let's go one by one. Okay. First of all, go for equals method. Okay. So equals means one object is equal to the other or not. If it is equal, yes, it will return true. If it is not, it will return false. Okay. In case of the equals method, what will happen is it will compare the actual value of it. Means string s is equal to abc is there, string st is equal to abc is there. Then if you call like s1 dot equals s2, what JVM will do is it will first check each character whether it is matching or not. Then only it will return the result accordingly. So that is equals function. Let's see here. String s1 is equal to Sachin is there. String s2 is equal to Sachin. String s3 is equal to new string of Sachin. String s4 is equal to Saurabh. Okay. Let me put in Eclipse. Okay. I created S1. I'm also creating S2 with the same value. Okay. String S3 is equal to new string of, even here also I'm passing the same, but I have used two different ways. Means here I have created the string object by using the literals, but here I have created the string using the new keyword. Okay. Let me compare now. So let me create like one more also. String S4 is equal to ABCD. Let's see how it works. system.out.println. First, we'll compare with s1 dot equals. See, equals. Also, there is one more functionality. Equals ignore case. Means the case sensitive is there, right? That is also we can remove. So what I am doing? S2 I am giving. Let me do the same thing. S2 dot equals of S3. Now here, let's see, like S2 dot equals of S3. Oh, it's already done, right? Okay. I can keep for S4. I think it should be fine. So let me execute like what happens. Run as Java application. See, true, true, false. So okay, what is the first one? S1 dot equals S2. It will check what S1 is pointing, Sachin. What S2 is pointing, Sachin. So it compares the content. It matched. So that's why it written true. In case of S2 dot S3, so it will check what is the content of S2, what is the content of S3. Both are matching. It returns true. But when it comes for S2 equals S4, so what is S2? S2 is Sachin. And S4 is ABCD1. So it is not matching. That's why it returned false. So this is equals. So it compares actual content. Okay. Now another comparison is method is double equals operator. So there is a difference between equals and double equals. So double equals works only on the reference level. This reference level. It will not go by content level. So equals we have seen, it will go content by content. So let me print the same thing. Standard println S1 double equal S2. S2 equals S3. S3 equals S4. So let me print now. Some like differentiation. Run as Java application. See, if you see the console here, let me drag that. True, false, false. So the difference if you see here, by using the equals method, two truths are there, one false is there. Okay. But when you use the double equals operator, only one true is there and two falses are there. Let's see like how it works internally. What happens is, see, as I mentioned, equals works on the content level. Okay. But double equals works on the reference level. Okay. Let's see. String S1 is equal to S Sachin. Okay. So there will be Sachin is created on the string constant pool. S1 will be pointing for it. So let's see again, string S2 is equal to Sachin. Okay, what happens here? So it will not create the new Sachin object here. What it will do, because of the string constant pool, if it is already exist, JV will not create the new string object. What it will do, it will simply point out S2 is also for same object S1 means Sachin. So now at this point, S1 and S2 will be both pointing for the same object. Let's see, that's what I have shown in earlier PPTs. Yeah, sorry. This one. See, like this, like S1 is pointing for the same object, S2 is also pointing for the same object. Because once it is already created, JVM does not create the second time. Okay. Now double equals, how it works is, it will check S1 reference, S2 reference, both are pointing for the same object or not. If pointing for the same object, then it will return true. Otherwise, it will return false. So if you see, content level it did not bother. It just checked reference level. So S1 is there, S2 is there. Both are pointing for the same object or not. If it is pointed for the same object, I will return true. Otherwise, I will return false. If you see here, S1 dot S2. So both will be pointing for the same. That's why it returned true here. Let me expand this. See here, S1 dot equals S1 double equal to S2. It is a true. But when it comes for S2 is equal to S3. So let's see what S2 is having. S2 is having the Sachin. Okay. S3 is also having the Sachin. But as I already mentioned, when you use a new keyword, JIVM will create new Sachin object in the heap memory. Okay. So altogether it will become as a new object. So S3 is pointing for the different object. At this point, S2 will be referring to the different object. That's why S2 equal to S3 gave me false here. Okay, because it is checking reference level. It is not checking for the exact content level. So equals for checking at the content level, both are such and such and it returned true. But when it comes for the double equals operator, it was checking for S2 reference is there, S3 reference is there. So S2 reference is pointing for some object in the string constant pool. S3 object is pointing for some object in the heap area. So in JVM assumption, both are pointing for two different objects. So that's why double equal operator, it returns false. So S3 is equal to S4. So even this is also same thing. It is a different content altogether. Both are returning false. So this is main difference. This is a very important Java, interview questions in case of the strings. Difference between equals and double equal to operator. Also, there will be another questions. When you use like this, how many objects will get created? Okay, don't get confused. Whenever you create any string object like this, there will be two objects will get created. One will be on the pool, another will be there in the heap area. Okay, these two are very important actually. You can remember. Any doubts in this concept? Equals and double equal?
Can you please come again like one, like what is that?
Okay. Okay. So here two things are there. Okay. Equals function ఒకటి, డబుల్ ఈక్వల్ ఆపరేటర్ ఒకటి. ఓకే, జనరల్ గా ఏంటంటే స్ట్రింగ్స్ లో ఈ రెండు మెథడ్లు స్ట్రింగ్ ని మనం కంపేర్ చేసుకునే దానికి యూజ్ చేస్తాము. ఓకే, బట్ ఈక్వల్స్ ఫంక్షన్ ఏం చేస్తుందంటే ఇది కంటెంట్ లెవెల్ చూస్తుంది. ఓకే, వాట్ ఐఎమ్ డూయింగ్ హియర్, S1 ఆబ్జెక్ట్ S2 ఆబ్జెక్ట్ రెండు ఈక్వలా కాదని అడుగుతున్నాం ఇక్కడ. ఓకే, సో ఈక్వల్స్ ఫంక్షన్ యూజ్ చేసినప్పుడు JVM ఏం చేస్తుందంటే S1 ఆబ్జెక్ట్ తీసుకుంటుంది. ఓకే, వాట్ S1 ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఈస్ హ్యావింగ్ SACHIN సచిన్. తర్వాత S2 ఆబ్జెక్ట్ చూస్తుంది. వాట్ S2 ఇస్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఈజ్ హోల్డింగ్, దట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో SACHIN. సో ఇదేం చేస్తుందంటే కంటెంట్ కంపేర్ చేస్తుంది, వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ ద ఆబ్జెక్ట్ వాల్యూని కంపేర్ చేస్తుంది. సో హియర్ ఆల్సో ఇక్కడ సచిన్ ఉంది, ఇక్కడ సచిన్ ఉంది. సో ద కంటెంట్ సేమ్, అందుకని ఇది ట్రూ చేస్తుంది. యాక్చువల్ కంటెంట్ కంపేరింగ్ ఇది. ఓకే, ఇక్కడ డబుల్ ఈక్వల్స్ ఏం చేస్తుందంటే రెండు ఒకటే అంటే రెఫరెన్సెస్, ఇది రెఫరెన్స్ లెవెల్ కంపారిజన్. S1 ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఇచ్చాము, S2 ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఇచ్చాము, ఇవి రెండు దేన్ని పాయింట్అవుట్ చేస్తున్నాయి, ఇవి రెండు కలిపి ఒకటే దాన్ని పాయింట్అవుట్ చేస్తుంటేనేమో ట్రూ అని ఇస్తుంది. అలా కాకుండా వేరే దాన్ని పాయింట్అవుట్ చేస్తుంటే ఫాల్స్ అని ఇస్తుంది. అది డబుల్ ఈక్వల్స్ డిఫరెన్స్. ఇక్కడ చూడండి, S1 ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు S2 అంటే రెండు ఒకటే కాబట్టి మనకి JVM ఏం చేస్తుంది, ఒక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తుంది స్ట్రింగ్ లిటరల్ పూల్లో. Sorry, somebody is talking. Confusion here?
No, nothing confusion. I got the point.
Okay. బట్ డబుల్ ఈక్వల్స్ ఏం చేస్తుందంటే రెఫరెన్స్ చూస్తుంది. S1 S2 బోత్ పాయింటింగ్ ఫర్ ద సేమ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్, సో రిటర్న్స్ ట్రూ. ఇక్కడ మనకు ట్రూ వచ్చింది. బట్ ఇన్ కేస్ ఆఫ్ S2 ఈక్వల్స్ S3, ఓకే లెట్స్ సి S2 డబుల్ ఈక్వల్ S3, వాట్ JVM will do? It will check S2 ఏముంది, సచిన్ అని ఉంది. ఇది స్ట్రింగ్ కాన్స్టెంట్ పూల్ లో ఆబ్జెక్ట్ పాయింట్ అవుట్ చేస్తుంది S2 అనేది. సో S3 చూస్తుంది. S3 దేనికి పాయింట్, దానికే పాయింట్ అవుట్ చేస్తుందా లేదా. ఇక్కడ న్యూ అని క్రియేట్ చేసినప్పుడు ఏంటంటే ఇక్కడ స్ట్రింగ్ కాన్స్టెంట్ పూల్ లో కాకుండా బయట హీప్ లో ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ అవుతుంది, అంటే సపరేట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ అవుతుంది. సో S3 అనేది ఇంకొక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ కి రెఫర్ చేస్తుంది, S2 అనేది ఒక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ రెఫర్ చేస్తుంది. సో రెండు డిఫరెంట్, అందుకని ఇక్కడ మనకు ఫాల్స్ ఇస్తుంది. ఈవెన్ దో కంటెంట్ అనేది సేమ్ అయినా, అంటే ఆబ్జెక్ట్ వాల్యూ ఒకటే అయినాను, ఆ రెఫరెన్సెస్ అనేది అయితే S2 S3 ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో అవి డిఫరెంట్ గా పాయింట్ అవుట్ చేస్తున్నాయి కాబట్టి ఫాల్స్ ఇచ్చేస్తుంది మనకి. అది డిఫరెన్స్. ఈక్వల్స్ వచ్చేసి కంప్లీట్ కంటెంట్ లెవెల్ కంపారిజన్. ఈ డబుల్ ఈక్వల్స్ ఆపరేటర్ ఇస్ reference level comparison, means these are the references S1 S2 S3 S4, these are all the reference variables. Okay, అదే రెండిటికి డిఫరెన్స్. క్లియర్?
Yes.
గుడ్.
Like some interview question అన్నారు కదా, like what is like how equals and double equals.
యా
క్వశ్చన్ అండ్ ఆన్సర్.
కరెక్ట్. ఇది కంపల్సరీగా అడుగుతా అంటారు అనమాట. స్ట్రింగ్ టాపిక్ వచ్చినప్పుడు రెండిటికి డిఫరెన్స్ ఏంటి అని అడుగుతారు. సో ఇది నోట్ చేసుకోవాలి కంపల్సరీగా. రెండు ఇలా ఫంక్షన్ అవుతాయి అనేది ఒకటి అంటారు. నెక్స్ట్ స్ట్రింగ్ S is equal న్యూ స్ట్రింగ్ అని కాల్ చేసినప్పుడు ఎన్ని ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ అవుతాయి అనేది కూడా అడుగుతారు. సో రెండు ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ అవుతుంది ఇలా మనం క్రియేట్ చేసినప్పుడు. ఒకటి పూల్లో స్టోర్ అవుతుంది, ఒకటి హీప్ లో స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. బట్ S3 అనేది హీప్ లో దానికి మాత్రమే పాయింట్అవుట్ చేస్తుంది. ఓకే, పూల్లో దానికి పాయింట్అవుట్ చేయదు. సో third one is compare to. So for the string comparison, there is another method which is compare to function, by using compare to function. So what it will do is it will compare two Unicode values, means there is a Unicode value for each character in Java. Okay, so based on the Unicode character it will compare and it will see, so which one is if both are equals it will return 0. If first one is equals it will return the positive value. If second one is equal, second one is the bigger, it will return the negative value. Okay, so it return type is integer. So either 0, 1, -1 it will print. So 0 means exactly both are matching. Okay, 1 means first object అనేది బిగ్గర్ గా ఉంది సెకండ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ కన్నా అనేది రిప్రజెంటేషన్. ఇప్పుడు అలా కాకుండా సెకండ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ బిగ్గర్ గా ఉంది ఫస్ట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ కన్నా అనుకుంటే అప్పుడు -1 రిటర్న్ చేస్తుంది. సో హియర్ ఇస్ ద ఫంక్షన్. String S1 is equal to Sachin, string S2 is equal to Sachin, string S3 is equal to Ratan. So let's see, S1 dot compare to of S2, S1 compare to of S3, S3 compare to of S1. So in this case, first case it exactly matches, so that's why it returns 0. Okay, next case is Sachin versus Ratan. So Sachin 6 characters, Ratan 5 characters. So S3 కన్నా S2 పెద్దది, S1 పెద్దది, అందుకని ఫస్ట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ పెద్దది అయితే పాజిటివ్ వాల్యూ మీన్స్ 1. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ వాట్ ఐఎమ్ డూయింగ్ S3 వర్సెస్ S1. S3 is Ratan, S1 is Sachin. In this case second one is bigger, that's why it is returning -1 here. Clear? Any doubts? Let me explain here itself. S1 dot compare to of S2, S1 dot compare to of, I will take S4 here because already we are having different set, right, for the comparison. That's not here. S4 dot compare to, If you see here, ignore case means case sensitive ignore means everything, I mean, irrespective of its case, it will be compared. Because in case of the Unicode, there are each, I mean, for upper S means there is some value. Lower S means there will be some value. For A, there is a some value. C, there is a some value. So like that, there will be values will be. So if you want like irrespective of the case, if you want to compare, then you can go for compare to ignore case. So same thing I have shown in above also, like equals ignore case is also there. Let me print now. So what I'll do here, compare to. Run as Java application. See, if you see here, first one is exactly matching S1 compared to S2. So what it is printed? 0. Okay. What is S4 here?
ABCD1.
Let me just say string. Yes, the exact comparison. I will explain the values and all. Just see here. Okay, S1 is Sachin, S5 is Ratan. Okay, S2 is also Sachin. So when I compare S1 to S2, because everything is same, Sachin, it returned 0. So when I went for S1 and S5, S1 is Sachin, S2 is Ratan. So what it is giving for me is a positive one, means second one is bigger. Sorry, first one is bigger. So R next to R S will be coming. So this character itself will be having the larger value. So that's why it is a bigger one, second one. That's why if you see in the alphabets, R comes first, then S comes. So R value, let's take example as 10 is there, means just as example, S will be having 11. So S is a bigger. So means S1 is bigger than Ratan. So in that case, so whenever the first object is bigger, it returns a positive integer. Okay. In case S5 compared to S1. So comparing Ratan with Sachin. So here S5 becomes the first object. Yes, S5 becomes the first object. S1 becomes the second object. So in this case, second one is the bigger one. In such cases, I will return the negative value. So same thing here. See, whenever the first object is a bigger positive value, whenever the second object is bigger, negative value it returns. So this is string comparison in Java. Okay. That's it for today's. I think it's already 8:15. Next topics will be string buffer and string builder. Okay. So here is some like how we will do the string concatenation and all. So I told you, right? There's a concat function, or else directly you can use the plus symbol.
Plug in.
So let's take here S1 plus ES2 string S3 is equal to. So let me print S3 here. So already S3 is there. Let me go for 6.
S1 plus S5, can you please mention?
Yeah, I can do anything. Let me print that. S1 plus S5, right? Let me do that. Clear? Let me print the S6. Run as Java application. See, Sachin Ratan. So this is how like no, you will concat. let me use another thing. String S7 is equal to S1 dot concat of S5. External dot println S7 I'm printing. Okay, these are the two ways actually. So I'm explaining both the ways through the programmatic. Let me execute this one. See, so it is appended, Sachin Ratan. So if you want like S5 first, S1, just for differentiation between S6 and S7. See here, one is a Sachin Ratan, another is Ratan Sachin. Clear? This is how you will concat, means add more than one string in Java. Clear?
Yes, bro.